Hey everyone, welcome to the video. I'm kind of recording in a different spot than I usually record because I usually record in nature or outside or in my car. And I'll be honest, like the reason I've never recorded in my house is because I've always kind of felt embarrassed by it. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt it's currently 12 a.m. midnight and I have work tomorrow and I still haven't cooked food or anything, but I don't know, I just felt really compelled to record. And it's not in my normal spot. I'm literally wearing my pajamas and my voice is kind of like hoarse right now because I'm kind of getting over a cold. And yeah, but I just still feel such an urge to record. So whoever this message came across, it definitely is for you. If just take it back to God, obviously. But if this video came across your timeline, I don't think that it is by any coincidence because I didn't want to record this video, guys. Like, I'm tired. I had a long day at work, and this is not my normal environment. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is because I don't know, I just never wanted to record here in my apartment, just because it's old and it's not the nicest, and it's, I don't know. I know I know I might sound ungrateful, but like, I actually like wish it was nicer, and like eventually it would be nice to move out of here someday. But I'm making this because I kind of make these videos for my future self, and I know one day when I'm older and I look back on this, hopefully I can have like a smile on my face and see that I've came pretty far. Because the reason I felt compelled to make this video right now is because I was kind of going through old videos on my phone. I really love making videos and going through videos that I never posted, or just like my old videos. Because recently I've kind of been in a spot in my life where I feel like I really haven't done much or accomplished as much as I wish I would have. Sometimes we feel like we have all this time in the world, and we might go day by day and go through the motions of each day, and kind of we stop and we feel like we're not really living anymore, or we might feel disconnected from what we feel like we really should be doing. Because you might get up, wake up, brush your teeth, and have your normal routine every day. And I don't know if anyone is in the same position where sometimes that, like, you just get that wave of just like, oh wow, like just something woke me up, and like, what am I doing with my life? It's like I know I'm still young, but like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wow, like I'm 24, almost 25 years old, and like you might not have the life that you expected, and I think God does that for a reason. And I know some of you might be discouraged where you're at life, or you might be super happy. I don't know where you're at, but if you're resonating right now, if you're watching, you might feel encouraged or embarrassed, ashamed, discouraged as to where you're at in life, or where you're at in a specific aspect of it. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of like trying to be grateful for what we currently have. And I know that can be hard if you're in a tough situation. Like for me right now, like this is a big step in recording in my house. Like this is a very vulnerable spot for me to record. Like, because if I ever have guests or if I have friends over, like I don't know, I kind of feel this like wave of embarrassment come over me. And I used to have that as a normal emotion, and I feel like I've kind of grown away from that now. I don't really feel that as much, but something about being where I'm living right now, like I don't know if ashamed is the right word, but it's more so like, I don't know, I feel like I don't take as much pride as I should in where I'm living. And I kind of step back and look back, and I'm like, I'm really privileged and blessed to be where I'm at right now. Like, yeah, I might have been embarrassed for it being old, or it not being the nicest, or it having old appliances. But like, I have a roof over my head. Guys, it is cold out right now. It is like, the real feel I think is in the 30s. And I have my space heater on right now because the heat, like the main heat, doesn't really work. But that's besides the point. The fact that I just literally have a roof over my head. I have blinds to keep me safe and secure. I have like a heater on right now, keeping me warm. You know, I have my blankets behind me and my sweatshirt. And, you know, I have a place to put my food. I have a place to cook. Like, just knowing that there are people out there right now that might not have a warm place to live right now, that might be sleeping in their car, sleeping on the streets. And, you know, again, that's not to diminish your situation. Like, I am not saying, oh, to compare, because comparison is the worst thing that you can do, because everyone is on a different path in life. Everyone has a different journey. So comparison isn't really the right thing to do in this perspective. But when you look at it and you try to find the gratitude or the positivity in certain aspects of life, it really allows you to zoom out and puts into perspective, you know, what you do have. And I know it's hard to see that when we're at such a low point, and I don't know where you're at right now, but I was looking back at old videos, and I recorded a video before I moved here. If you guys don't know the backstory, I don't know if I ever shared this on my channel, but I was going to move here where I'm currently living, and I did not have a place to live. And I was starting my job in literally a week, and I had nothing lined up where to live. And I was fully prepared to live in my car or bounce around. Like, gratefully, like, thankfully I had, you know, people that I knew, obviously people willing to help me out, but I was scared, guys. Like, I genuinely didn't think I had a place to live. So I remember I literally just watched a video back of me being in that spot, like, hey, I have a week and I'm scared. I don't know where to live, and I'm scared. I don't think I will have enough money to support, you know, this new step that I was taking in my life. Because what I was doing is I was taking a leap of faith that I've never done before. I was stepping out of my comfort zone. And I do want to share that longer story eventually on this channel, but I essentially just dove into the pool without any resources and on paper, and people said that it looked like a bad decision. But now that I zoom out and I look at my life now, that was almost 3 years ago. And I look at it now and I'm like, I have a roof over my head. Like, the fact that within that week, I went on Craigslist and I found an apartment to live, and that's currently where I'm at right now. But the fact that, like, God, like, orchestrated everything within that week. Like, I found this place and I'm living where I'm at now, and I know the people that I know now, and I'm in the job that I'm in now, the career that I'm in now. And I'm just so incredibly blessed. And we don't often take a step back sometimes, and it's hard to take a step back when we're in ruts or we're in tough situations. You know, like, there have been times that I just, like, sit up at night and I just, like, think, like, you know, what am I doing? Where'd the time go? And it could just be so discouraging, because you feel like you're not contributing anything, or you feel like you're selling yourself short. But oftentimes, like, that's when we experience the most growth. And a lot of times, I don't know, like, I don't know whoever needs to hear this right now, but I encourage you guys to write down where you're at right now, or record a video like I'm doing right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm talking to, like, people right now. I feel like I'm just talking to my future self, because I know future Casey is going to look back on these videos and see where I've come. Because sometimes I think that I really haven't moved. Like, I really feel like I've been, you know, in quicksand and sinking and sinking and sinking. And then I look back and I'm like, wow, like a lot really has changed since then. So whoever needs to hear this, I encourage you guys to just like write down where you're at right now. Or like, I'm not saying you have to spend like an hour journaling or an hour making a video. We're 10 minutes into the video right now, but just something to almost like remind your future self where you're at right now and how far you've come. And to just trust God. And I know it's so hard to trust God sometimes. That's something that I struggle with. And sometimes we feel ashamed at where we're at. We feel ashamed with what we currently have. Like, and again, I know it's not good to be materialistic, and it's not good to compare. And, you know, people might be in different situations, but if we ever feel embarrassed with where we're at right now, or we feel ashamed, or we feel shame about something or the way that we're currently living, and you want to change, God will meet you. Like, your situation that you're going through right now is never too messy for God. And some of you might also be on the end of the spectrum where you just feel like your prayers aren't being answered. Like, you feel like God is not listening to you. And if you feel that, like, tell him that, you know? Tell him you're angry with him. Tell him you're sad. Tell him you're upset. Tell him you're confused. He wants to hear that. Like, you don't have to be all proper and perfect to come to God with what you're dealing with, because he knows. He knows your struggle. He knows your heart. If you have a genuine heart behind it, he knows. Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this video, but it just made me think, like, watching these old videos and, like, just seeing, like, I literally didn't have any direction, like, and I still don't really, but, like, I have some things in my mind, but I was in a spot in my life where I literally didn't know where I was going to live in another week. Whether I would have a roof over my head was uncertain in that week. And although I might feel like embarrassed for where I'm at now, like, I'm so blessed, you know? I live in a safe, quiet place. I have a roof, I have food. And I'm grateful. And I don't know. I just challenge you guys to find just something that you're grateful for today. Like, and I know you guys might just be like struggling. You might be at the pits, at the lowest points of your life. And you might just be like, how can I possibly find one thing that I'm grateful for? Or how can this situation, like, it sounds so easy for people to just say, like, how is this situation going to be used for good? Like, because, you know, you hear the typical, like, oh, you know, down the line, it's going to work out, or you're going to see, you know, this change or this and that. And it's so hard to see it in the moment. And even if you can't find something to be grateful for, just, it's all right. You don't have to be. You don't. It sounds counterintuitive what I just said, but, like, tell God, just be like, listen, I literally can't find anything right now in my life that I can be grateful for. You know, like, you could even just say that. And come to him with that. Be brutally honest. Be so vulnerable, because he wants to hear that. And that's something to be grateful in itself, too. Like, the fact that you were brave enough, you were courageous enough to come to God with that. Yeah, he's going to use it. So I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear, but just write down or record something right now. You know, wrap it up, save it, put it away in a folder, and then in a year from now, a few months from now, open it up. Like, actually, no, I'm going to do this tonight. So if you guys want to join this challenge with me, do it, because I'm, like, kind of doing it right now. But whether you're a visual person, a video person, whatever that looks like, you might prefer to write things, you might prefer to record. In some way tonight, I want you to either reflect, I want you to just record where you're at right now in life. Write everything down. Write everything that you're feeling, all the emotions you're feeling right now. Write how much money you have. Write where your relationship's at. Like, guys, get so specific. Write it down. Where are you at? And I want you to fold that piece of paper up or put that video in a folder and write a reminder. Open this in 1 year, or open this in 5 years, or open this in 10 years. And I want you to come back to it in a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever timeline you set, and just see how you've changed. Because I'm telling you guys, you will see a change. You will. Because I got so discouraged recently. I'm like, I really don't feel like I'm moving in any direction that I thought I would be moving in right now. Because I'm in a place that I'm kind of embarrassed to be living at, and I've been living here for the past 3 years, and I felt stuck. But then I watched that video back. I went back to old journals, and I was like, wow, a lot really has changed. A lot really has. And it's often tough to see that. Like, if we're just going out, living our day, and we're not doing introspection, we're not doing reflection. I think there's so much power in reflection. And again, I'm not saying you have to spend all this time or wake up earlier or go to bed later just so you can write. But if there is some way that you can record down whatever you're going through today and then be able to look at it down the line, like, you're going to be so surprised. It might make you smile, it might make you cry, it might make you laugh. But either way, like, I don't know, I think it's just such a cool, unique thing to do. But yeah, I don't know whoever needs to hear this. Thanks for listening to a 17-minute yap. I really was not going to record this. It's like after 12 a.m. and I need to get going. I need to get to bed. But yeah, just thanks for joining me in this time. And I'm interested to see where your life goes, because if you're watching this right now, especially this far, and I know you feel something in your heart, a desire to want to grow and to experience God and to experience what your soul has to offer, what your purpose is here on earth. So reflect, introspect. I encourage you guys today. I hope this video could be of some sort of help, and I thank you guys for watching, and peace.